As for you three, to jump to conclusions such as this, I'm ashamed. I'm not sending Duck away because he's guilty, but because I don't want him suffering abuse from you three. I want to hear no more about Duck and these rumors. I will be getting to the bottom of this, and when I find out who's responsible, well, let's just say I won't be as merciful as I usually am.
Yes,
sir.
At Wellsworth, Duck was venting to Edward about his predicament.
I mean to tell lies to the trucks. I never do such a rotten thing.
I know that, Duck, and so does Sir Topham Hatt.
Then why send me away?
I'm not sure. The one thing I do know is that Sir Topham Hatt does everything for a reason. He wouldn't send you away without a good reason.
I'll take your word for it.
In the meantime, you'll find that you'll be kept busy here. There's lots of shunting to be done, as well as trip rates. You know what they say, a change is as good. What do you mean Duck was banished?
As I said, he was banished from the sheds because he told lies about us to the trucks.
Duck? Telling lies?
Yes, he gossiped about our incidents and gave us horrid nicknames.
Henry, does that even sound like Duck? Sure, he's pedantic, but
engines can change, Percy, for better or for worse.
But Duck would never be so horrid as to spread lies. He might tease you, but he has higher standards than to gossip with the trucks.
I should have known better than to seek agreement with you, Percy.
Henry.
But Henry puffed away before Percy could finish. At Farquhar, Percy told Thomas and Toby about what Henry had said.
So Duck was banished from Tidmouth.
I'm failing to see the problem.
Thomas! Just saying.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, Duck can be bossy and pretentious, but I'd never peg him as someone who gossips.
I know. There has to be more to it.
Could it be that the truck started this rumor themselves?
It's possible, but let's be honest, they aren't clever enough to create nicknames for the others.
True. And who could have come up with this rumor?
I don't know, but I intend to find out. And the thing is, I need help from both of you.
Of course, Percy. Anything to clear Duck's name.
Thomas?
I mean, we don't have to...
Thomas!
Fine, I'll help.
Good. We'll interrogate the trucks on anything they know.
Sounds like a plan. Meanwhile, Diesel was causing trouble in the yards. His lie with Duck had worked, and he had recently begun ruling with an iron fist. The trucks hated it, but knew they couldn't say anything. Now, you trucks, I know you wouldn't be so foolish as to mention to the others about this, but if you do, I'll make sure the next place you lot see is the bottom of the ocean. The trucks were terrified and remained silent. One morning, Edward arrived to pick up some trucks meant for Wellsworth. However, he noticed the fear in the truck's eyes.
I say, are you okay? No, we're not. Oi! Yes, Edward, we're alright. Are you sure? You look dreadful. Yes, Sir Edward. Absolutely nothing.
Get moving.
Ah, you must be Diesel.
Yes, I'm Diesel. You must be Edward.
Yes, I am. I'm just here to pick up some wagons.
Ah, yes, I was told. They're on track 1.
Thank you. I must say you have an interesting style to handling the yards.
You think so?
By interesting, I mean, well... tread carefully, Diesel.
Carefully?
Trucks may need to be bumped when they're misbehaving, but when they're not, there's simply no need.
I think that's where our opinions differ, Edward. trucks need to be bumped to ensure they stay in line.
That's not how things work. Bumping them ensures they'll cause trouble.
Well, they've yet to cause trouble so far.
Doesn't mean they won't.
And like I said, that's where our opinions differ. I will continue my style, and you can keep yours. Now I have work to do. Good day, Edward. Diesel went back to shunting, and Edward left to take his goods train. However, as he approached Knapford, the brakes on his train slipped on.
Botheration.
Alright, Edward?
Oh, Thomas. Frankly, no, these wagons have slipped their brakes on.
Are you sure? Is it something else?
Well,
Come on, Edward.
and I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. It's Diesel.
That new Diesel working at Knapford, what's wrong with him?
He's too harsh with the trucks.
Didn't know there was such a thing.
Well, there is, and Diesel's doing it. He's parading around demanding respect and treating the trucks horribly. What are you thinking?
Edward, weird question. Do you think Diesel could have framed Duck?
What? Thomas, that's quite an accusation.
Well, think about it. Diesel has an accident on his first day. We know how smug Duck can get. Let's assume Diesel got jealous of how well Duck could handle the yards, told lies about Duck, and is hiding behind the trucks by saying that they made the lies up.
Now, Thomas, think about it.
After pulling something like that, I know I'd feel a wave of confidence. Perhaps too much for my own good, to where I start over asserting dominance on the trucks.
I mean, well, you have good points, but still, we can't just accuse Diesel of something like that without evidence.
Maybe not, but it wouldn't kill you to keep it in mind.
I suppose you're right. I'll do that, Thomas. I think the issue's fixed. See you later, Thomas.
See you later, Edward. Edward continued on with his train. Meanwhile, Henry, Gordon, and James were starting to have their own doubts. Percy did have a point. Duck, as smug as he may be, isn't a gossiper, especially with the trucks. True, but the trucks... They probably did make up lies about us. They despise us, we despise them, perfect reason to create lies. Except their preferred method is trying to throw us off the rails. Exactly. This is calculated. Too calculated. Exactly, so who could have done this? Harold? No, why would Harold do it? Because according to Percy, he always boasts about how railways are slow and out of date.
Well, this doesn't involve rails being out of date.
Nor does it involve Percy.
Could it? No, it couldn't be.
Who?
Do you think it could be Diesel?
Diesel, don't be daft. Wait, that could make sense.
Exactly. Diesel, probably feeling jealous of Duck, could have done this out of spite. Talk to the trucks to cause drama and discourse.
Oh my word, Diesel's the culprit. Oh no. Meanwhile, at Farquhar, a certain truck was relaying his own account of Diesel's lies.
So let me get this straight, Scruffy. You're saying Diesel has told lies about Duck to get him sent away.
That's right.
And why should we believe you? You love causing trouble and have been vocal about hating Duck.
True, but Duck was never as violent as Diesel. He bumps us around hard. Duck was boastful, but I'd take his boasting over violence.
Toby, if he's telling the truth...
I am. If he's telling the truth, then we... No ifs about it.
What do you mean?
I just spoke to Bertie, who overheard Gordon, Henry, and James talking. They have an inkling Diesel might be the one behind everything.
Really? But that's only their account.
But combined with what Scruffy said, I think we should bring this up with Sir Topham Hatt at once.
Agreed.
Okay, you're okay. Everything's fine. You did what you did out of... No, you did it because it was deserved. Why else would you do it? You were right. Duck was... What's going on here?
Diesel, I want you to be completely honest when I ask you this. No lies, no tricks, just honesty. Did you spread rumors about the engines?
Quickly. Of course not. I didn't That's preposterous.
Not according to what the trucks have said. They said you told them those stories, not Duck.
Those little...
Diesel!
Fine. I did it. I did it. Is that what you wanted to hear?
How could you, Diesel? Why would you do this? Spread these vicious rumors.
They'll never believe me. It's too late. It's too late.
Diesel!
Because I am revolutionary. Because I needed to make my mark and show just how old and outdated this railway is.
Old and outdated?
Yes, I wanted everyone to see how revolutionary British Railways is.
Well, you haven't done that. You've tainted any trust I have in any future diesels coming to this railway. I won't tolerate charlatans or liars. You are a disgrace, Diesel. You will be banished from the island.
Banished?
Be grateful I don't tell your controller about this.
But you can't.
This is my railway. I can do what I like because I am Sir Topham Hatt, controller of the Northwestern Railway. Now get out of my sight. As for the rest of you, let this be a lesson not to jump to conclusions. Look at the facts before jumping down the throats of others.
The engines all muttered in agreement. Suddenly, a workman ran up to Sir Topham Hatt. "Sir, come quickly."
"What is it?"
"It's Duck. He's had an accident at Crosby. He crashed into a barber shop."
"He what?"
"It was bad, sir."
"I'll be right there."
Sir Topham Hatt went to the site of the accident. When he arrived, he was surprised.
"What happened here?"
"Oh, this silly engine. He frightened my customers."
"Excuse me, Mr. Barber, but from how I hear this, Duck is a hero."
"A hero? I don't like engines popping through my walls."
"I appreciate your feelings, but you must know this engine and his crew have stopped a serious accident. One might say it was a close shave."
"An accident? This engine?"
"Yes, sir. Now I will pay for the damages and have one of my engines move him, and we'll be out of your hair."
Winston helped to move Duck out of the barber shop. When he was out, Duck looked sadly at his buffers.
"Cheer up, Duck."
"How can I, sir?"
"What do you mean?"
"You sent me packing to Wellsworth. It's a nice station, but it is in Tidmouth."
"Well, good news, you're coming back."
"I am, sir."
"Yes, of course."
"But the others don't like me. They like Diesel."
"Not anymore. Let's just say I never believed Diesel for a second, and I sent him packing. The engines are sorry and want you back."
"Oh, sir. Thank you, sir."
"Of course. Anything for a really useful engine like yourself, Duck."
Duck was taken to the works and returned a few weeks later. The engines, coaches, and trucks were glad to have him back. Though he could still be pompous and boastful, the engines would much rather have the pride of the Great Western over devious Diesel any day.